The Gospel of the Lord. Not sure if you guys saw the news this week. We have a new pope. I got a new boss. And he's American, which is, it's baffling. I would have bet my life I'd never see an American pope. He's from Chicago. He's a White Sox fan. He went to Villanova. It's fascinating. We have a new Holy Father. I genuinely got goosebumps the other day when he celebrated kind of the Mass to close the conclave in the Sistine Chapel, and he began his homily in English. And he sounds like me. He sounds like us. The Pope doesn't have an accent. It was fascinating, truly fascinating. And when our new Pope Leo XIV, when he came out onto the loggia, trembling and teary-eyed to greet the church, to step out and to be our new Holy Father, he addressed the world with a message of peace. Peace of the risen Christ be with you. And he closed very beautifully with the Holy Father leading us, the church, in the Hail Mary, leading his spiritual children in that beautiful devotion to the Blessed Mother. And beautifully, we find ourselves in the month of May. This is the month of Mary, the month of the Rosary, and this is the month where Father Sam and I are going to repeat ourselves a lot. Pray the Rosary. As the Holy Father led us, the Church, in that Hail Mary and in that prayer, likewise, we encourage you all, fathers, mothers, lead your family in the Rosary. Pray the Rosary together daily, if not, or weekly at least, if not daily. It's 20 minutes, you have the time. Devotion to the Blessed Mother is so beautifully appropriate as today is also Mother's Day. Today is also the worldwide day of prayer for vocations to the priesthood and consecrated life. So let's see if we can find something coherent in all these beautiful things that we're celebrating on this day. Because motherhood's a vocation. And when we talk about vocations, sometimes we overemphasize in a way the interesting vocations, that is, the priesthood and being a religious sister or a nun or a monk, those interesting vocations. Being married is a vocation. From the Latin, vocare, it is a calling. All of us have a vocation. You are called to a particular avenue, not just how you're going to live your life, but how you will quite literally spend your life, where you will give it away, where you will live out the sacrificial love that we are all called to. Simply put, it is your vocation that will get you to heaven. That is where you're being graded. You husbands and wives out there, mothers and fathers, when you go to meet the Lord, one of the first questions you will be asked, where's your spouse? Where are your children? Do they know me? Did you love them as I do? Your career, your day job, God doesn't care. Whatever you do, be good at it. Be virtuous. Your day job will not get you to heaven. It is your vocation. And just so you don't think marriage has it all that bad, when we priests go to meet the Lord, one of the first questions we're going to be asked, where are your parishioners? Do they know me? Did you love and serve them as I would? It is our vocations that will get us to heaven. Because a vocation, it will dictate, yes, the intricacies of how you will live your life in a different way, but how does one go to heaven? You know, love and serve the Lord and love your neighbor as yourself. I do that in my ministry of priesthood. For the majority of you, you do that as a husband and a wife, as a mother and father. In your household, loving your family, that is the arena of your call to charity, of love. For we all know how sacrificial that can be at times. But that is the shape of the cross. And it takes its form in all of our lives, but genuinely according to our vocation. To promote vocations to the ministerial priesthood and to consecrated life. See, as a priest, no one will ever call me dad, but there are countless people who call me father. I will not take a wife. I am vowed to my bride, my spouse, the church. I will not father any children, but I have all priests have that beautiful responsibility of cura animarum, care of souls, for you parishioners, for all the parishioners of this diocese, for anyone I'm blessed to encounter, that very serious responsibility that my vocation imparts on myself. Vocation is a serious word. It's a responsibility. And it's also the way in which, please God, we can receive our salvation. I'll close to connect this back to Mother's Day, because motherhood, it's the motherhood of all vocations. All of us, please, thanks be to God, have mothers. And there's a centuries-old tradition for a newly ordained priest to give his parents a gift upon celebrating his very first Mass. And these are gifts that a priest's parents are buried with. And I buried my mother 2 years ago. And a priest will give, after his first Mass, he'll give a gift to his father, and it's the violet stole that he wore when he heard his first confessions. Because in the sacrament of confession, what do we encounter but God's justice, his mercy, his forgiveness? And in the right order of things, that's something that, we priests learn from our earthly fathers first. And during the rite of ordination, a priest's hands are consecrated with sacred chrism. That blessed oil and it's not just like confirmation where the chrism is just a sign of the cross on your forehead. No, the bishop coats your hands in this sacred chrism. Because these hands, as lowly and broken as they are, they've been consecrated and set apart for the work of confecting the Eucharist, of bringing God's presence to his people. And in the rite of ordination, after a priest's hands are anointed with that oil, they are bound and wrapped with this, it's called a maniturgia, Latin for hand cloth, but this special cloth is used to tie a priest's hands together and then used to wipe off the excess oil. And at the end of ordination, the bishop will ask for the newly ordained priest for his first blessing, and the bishop will kiss the priest's hands. It's a terrifyingly humbling experience. And that cloth is given to a priest's mother after his first Mass, because my mother gave me these hands, and when she went to meet the Lord, she didn't go empty-handed. She was able to bear that cloth and present it to him saying, I gave you my son. I gave you a priest. The priesthood is my favorite thing about myself because it's a gift that I've received, that I've been called to, and that without which I'd be pretty useless. In this month of May, in the month of the Blessed Mother, and on this Mother's Day, I'd like to encourage all of you to pray the Rosary for vocations, pray the Rosary for our new Holy Father, pray the Rosary for your mothers, because it is our vocations that will ultimately get us to heaven. That is the avenue toward sacrificial love, toward the cross that we've been called to. And thanks be to God, we have this moment of great optimism in the church, with a new Holy Father calling the world to peace. And may we join him in prayer as we turn to our Blessed Mother, seeking her assistance so that we can all grow in holiness. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I believe in one God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, of all things